October 2025 just became the most important month for Social Security in decades, and if you're receiving benefits, missing these changes could cost you hundreds of dollars. Here's exactly what you need to know right now: your exact October payment dates, and there are 6 different payout days this month that you need to mark on your calendar. The permanent end of paper checks, and what this electronic transition means for your money. New overpayment rules that could literally take 50% of your monthly check. The latest 2026 cost of living adjustment projections that are already making headlines, and why Social Security's 2034 deadline is closer and more critical than most people realize. Welcome to Financial Area, where we break down the money moves that matter most to your financial future. If this information helps secure your benefits, smash that like button and subscribe so you never miss critical updates that could impact your income. Let's start with what's on everyone's mind. When exactly is your October payment arriving? Because this month is unlike any other, with 6 separate payout dates depending on your specific situation. If you're receiving SSI, your first October payment hits your account on Wednesday, October 1st. But here's something important: you're actually getting a second payment this month. Because November 1st falls on a Saturday this year, SSI recipients will see another deposit on Friday, October 31st. Now, before you get excited thinking this is bonus money, let me be clear. That October 31st payment is simply November's check arriving early, so you don't have to wait until after the weekend. For those who started receiving Social Security before May 1997, or if you're someone who gets both SSI and regular Social Security benefits, your monthly payment will be deposited on Friday, October 3rd. Everyone else follows the birthday schedule, and this is where you need to pay close attention. If your birthday falls between the 1st and the 10th of any month, your October payment arrives on Wednesday, October 8th. If your birthday is from the 11th through the 20th, you'll see your check on Wednesday, October 15th. And if your birthday falls between the 21st and 31st, your deposit hits on Wednesday, October 22nd. So to recap, the 6 October payment dates are October 1st, October 3rd, October 8th, October 15th, October 22nd, and October 31st. Write down your specific date right now, because knowing exactly when your money arrives helps you plan bills and avoid that last-minute stress when payments are clearing. Now here's the change that affects absolutely everyone receiving Social Security benefits. As of September 30th, paper checks are officially gone forever. Starting this month, every single Social Security payment is delivered through either direct deposit to your bank account or loaded onto the Direct Express debit card. The government says this change makes sense for several reasons. Electronic payments are safer, there's no risk of checks getting lost in the mail or stolen from mailboxes. They're faster, your money hits your account automatically on payment day without waiting for postal delivery. And they're cheaper. The government saves millions of dollars annually by eliminating the printing, processing, and mailing costs of paper checks. But let's be honest, for some people, especially those in rural areas or folks who don't use online banking, this transition has been stressful and confusing. The Social Security Administration says they've made exceptions available for the most vulnerable recipients, but the process hasn't been simple for everyone trying to navigate these changes. If you or someone you know is still struggling with this electronic transition, don't suffer in silence. The SSA has dedicated phone lines specifically for payment issues, and you can also get in-person help at local Social Security offices. The key is reaching out sooner rather than later if you're having problems. Speaking of problems, there's another issue that hasn't gone away: the overpayment crisis that's hitting Social Security recipients hard. Earlier this year, there was briefly a policy that allowed the government to withhold 100% of someone's monthly benefit if they claimed you were overpaid. After massive pushback from advocates and recipients, they scaled that back to 50%. But think about this: 50% is still devastating if you rely on Social Security to cover rent, groceries, and healthcare. And here's what makes this even more frustrating: many of these overpayments aren't even caused by mistakes that recipients made. They often result from Social Security Administration errors, delayed record updates, or system glitches that create phantom debts. If you receive a letter claiming you owe money back to Social Security, do not ignore it, no matter how unfair it seems. You have legal rights that can protect you. You can appeal the overpayment determination, you can request a waiver if paying it back would cause financial hardship, you can negotiate a payment plan with smaller monthly deductions, and if you can demonstrate that paying back the money would prevent you from meeting basic living expenses, you might be able to reduce how much they take from each check. The critical thing is acting quickly, because the appeals clock starts ticking the moment that overpayment letter arrives in your mailbox. Now let's zoom out and look at some positive changes that are actually putting more money in people's pockets. The Social Security Fairness Act that passed earlier this year has been a game changer for millions of public sector workers who are getting penalized by outdated rules. This law repealed something called the windfall elimination provision and the government pension offset, complex rules that unfairly reduced Social Security benefits for people who also had pensions from teaching, police work, firefighting, and other public service jobs. the impact has been immediate and substantial. Retired teachers, police officers, firefighters, and other public sector workers are seeing their monthly Social Security checks increase significantly. Many have received retroactive payments going back to 2024, and some families are reporting their benefits have increased by over $1,000 per month. For people who felt penalized for decades simply because they devoted their careers to public service, this change has been absolutely life-changing. There's also a new tax break that seniors should know about. For 2025 tax returns, individuals who are 65 and older can deduct up to $6,000 or $12,000 for married couples. This means a lot of middle-income retirees will pay less in taxes on their Social Security benefits. It's not a complete elimination of benefit taxation, but it does put real money back in your pocket when tax time comes around. And then there's the cost of living adjustment everyone wants to know about. Early projections for 2026 are putting the COLA increase around 2.7%. For the average retiree, that translates to about $54 more per month. Some financial analysts are even predicting it could reach 2.8%, though we'll have to wait for the official announcement to know for sure. Now, whether a 2.7% increase is adequate is definitely up for debate. Many retirees argue that Social Security cost of living adjustments still don't fully reflect the reality of rising costs for healthcare, prescription drugs, and housing, the things that eat up the biggest portions of fixed incomes. But here's where things get more complicated and, frankly, more concerning for the long-term future of Social Security. According to the 2025 Trustees Report, the Social Security Trust funds are projected to be completely exhausted by 2034. Let me be clear about what this means. The program doesn't disappear, but there would be automatic across-the-board cuts of approximately 24% unless Congress takes action. Think about that. In less than 10 years, everyone receiving Social Security could see their benefits reduced by nearly a quarter. The current administration says they're focused on protecting existing benefits through improved efficiency, better fraud prevention, and possibly lifting the income cap on wages subject to Social Security taxes. But critics argue these measures may not be enough to close the massive funding gap that's approaching. There's also the ongoing issue of retirement age changes that are already built into the current system. For people born in 1959, the full retirement age is now 66 years and 10 months. And starting in January 2026, it reaches 67 for everyone born in 1960 or later. This gradual increase has been planned for years and won't change. But here's where controversy erupted recently. In September, Social Security Commissioner Frank Mangano mentioned the possibility of raising the retirement age even further for future generations. After significant pushback, he clarified that the administration is not considering raising the age for current retirees or people close to retirement. However, he also noted that future generations might face different rules than what exists today. This has sparked intense debate. Critics argue that further retirement age increases would hit blue-collar workers the hardest, since many people in physically demanding jobs simply can't realistically work into their late 60s or early 70s. Others contend that with increasing life expectancy, some adjustments might be necessary to keep the system financially sustainable for everyone. So what does all of this mean for you as we head into October and beyond? First, make absolutely sure you know your exact payment date, whether that's October 1st, 3rd, 8th, 15th, 22nd, or 31st. Mark it on your calendar and plan accordingly. Second, if you were still receiving paper checks, understand that electronic payments are now your only option unless you qualify for a very rare exemption. If you're struggling with this transition, reach out for help immediately rather than hoping the problem resolves itself. Third, stay informed about the larger policy debates happening in Washington, because the decisions being made right now will absolutely shape what Social Security looks like over the next decade. Whether it's overpayment policies, trust fund solutions, or retirement age discussions, these aren't abstract political issues, they're decisions that will directly impact your financial security. Which of these changes affects you most? Drop a comment below and let us know. Your experience helped our entire financial area community stay informed and prepared. Are you worried about the 2034 trust fund deadline? Frustrated with overpayment policies? Relieved about the Fairness Act changes? We want to hear your perspective. And if this breakdown gave you the clarity you needed about these critical October changes, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, because October is just the beginning of major Social Security developments ahead, and we'll be here walking through every change with you, making sure you never miss information that could impact your financial future. Thanks for watching Financial Area, and remember, staying informed isn't just smart, it's essential when it comes to protecting your benefits.